excited to be here today at our 8th annual Back to School Bash and Safety Fair for the Austin Independent School District. At first, I just want to welcome especially our gorgeous students from Go Valley. If you're a student, stand up and so people can say thanks for coming today. The purpose of the bash is to spread the word about all of the resources available to kids and families that attend our district. We also want to be sure that we take the opportunity at the beginning of the school year to teach not only the students, but sometimes also the adults about the things that they need to model and do to help our kids have a safe school year. And we often begin that, of course, with some very basic steps, like how do you get from your home onto the school bus, or if you walk to school, how do you cross those many streets so that you can make it safely into the hands of your principals and teachers. So we wanted to be sure that those 22,000 kids that we transport every day and others who are walking are able to, think about safety as it relates to their little personal transportation means, but also those who bike need to be thoughtful about their helmets and some other things that we'll be able to demonstrate today. So no matter how you come to school, we want to share two key safety messages this morning. We never want our parents to pass a school bus when you see the flashing lights. The flashing lights actually mean that kids are getting on or off the bus, which leads the children vulnerable to traffic. So if you're whipping around school buses, that's really unsafe for our kids. And not only is that a bad idea, but these officers behind me will tell you that it's also against the law. We also recommend that parents and our caregivers accompany their kids who are under the age of 10 to and from school, even if they're just walking to the bus stop. Mornings sometimes in the winter, it's dark, it's hard for kids to see. We want to be sure that they're safe, even if they're going to get on a bus and be taken to school. Now, joining us today, we have lots of fans and supporters of public education. I just want to acknowledge that we really love the folks at the City of Austin, the Austin Police Department, the Fire Department, and our Travis County Sheriffs. We also have partnerships with people who are here today offering everything from immunizations to health care from Seton Family of Hospitals, Dell's Children's Hospital. They're the ones that are providing the free safety seats for small children riding in cars. And we also want to remind people, again, some of this legal talk that will be reinforced later by people who are a lot tougher than me, that all children under the age of 8 must ride in the appropriate safety seat until they actually reach the height of 4 feet 9 inches. So no back to school bash would be fun unless we were giving out yummy goodies. And we wanted to thank the A+ Federal Credit Union for sponsoring the purchase of, if you can believe this, 2,760 backpacks. And Cap City Kids are enabling us to actually fill those backpacks with great school supplies. So both of those organizations are wonderful, and so we just really, there y'all are. We really thank you for doing that. The City of Austin and Univision TV and Radio are our go-to media support people for this event. They make sure that everyone gets the message out. So if you were here at the crack of dawn, like folks who were setting up, you will know that we almost fill the entire inside of this building with families that are waiting to have these materials and supplies. Over the last 3 years, districts across the state of Texas, including the Austin Independent School District, we've all been, under the thumb of some pretty tough, a pretty tough budget landscape. So for some of our families, especially families in poverty, these are materials and supplies that they would not be able to have for their children if we weren't doing these things with our partners and our friends. So on behalf of the Austin Independent School District, I just really want to thank everyone for being so generous, not only with their time, but with their resources. Inside, there are over 100 AISD departments and community organizations that are educating families about all this information. We also just want to take a moment to remind parents and staff staff about the importance of attendance as it relates to school. We can't teach kids if they aren't in school and in class, and that starts with families and caregivers at home. We need you to absolutely, understand the importance of making sure kids have a healthy breakfast, whether that's at home or at school, but that they actually get there so they can start off the day right. We have an Everyday Counts campaign. We want our kids to be in our classes to benefit from our amazing educators, and also it's how we get our resources to be able to fund our schools. For every day that a child misses, that means that the district loses at least $65 per student, and that's money that comes straight out of schools when we try to staff and fund our programming. If we just increase across the district attendance by 1 percentage point, that would generate over $5 million that gets redirected into schools. So our attendance rate right now is still hovering at about 90%. So we really want to get us closer to 100% and put all those resources into classes because our kids deserve it. So again, thank you so much for kicking off the school year with us.
Thank you all for being here. It is my honor to be here. I'm going to present a proclamation to the principal of Go Valley Elementary School, and it reads, "Be it known that whereas public safety and child safety in Austin is arguably one of our highest priorities, and whereas we are proud to partner with the Austin Independent School District, the Austin Police Department, Austin Fire Department, and the AISD Police Department, as well as the City of Austin Parks and Recs Department, in ensuring that child safety remain a high priority. We are here to present this proclamation and thank the parents and students of Go Valley Elementary School, as well as the many other parents of AISD school students. And we are pleased to be a partner in this program to ensure that all of our children have a safe way to get to school and to get home from school. And so now, therefore, I, Lee Leffingwell, the mayor of the city of Austin, Texas, do hereby proclaim August 18, 2012 as Child Back to School Safety Day. And we are pleased to be here this morning with you all. And we want to make sure everyone is safe and that the community knows. What's important about this this morning is not just educating our children about how to safely get to school and get home. It's to educate the rest of the people who are driving on our streets to know that there are children that are going to be trying to get to school in the morning in a rush, trying to get home after school, and we need to be aware of that and just be safe, be kind, be polite, and let's take care of our kids and make sure they have a safe day at school. So thank you.
Good morning. I just want to take a few minutes to remind everyone that today, Back to School Bash, is usually when we take the opportunity to remind our citizens of the community that our students are going to start back to school soon, within a week. And so while not only do our parents realize this and they start getting the kids ready and they show up today and get supplies and needed resources, but we also want to take the opportunity to thank the media for being here to get the message out for our community that don't have students, so that they're aware come Monday, August 27th, to be aware of the traffic that's going to increase and the number of students that are new students that are going to be walking to school, riding their bikes to school, to be aware, to watch for those students, so that our kids have a first day of school that's fantastic, that's great. They get a new environment, get back to their schools, see their old friends. And so we want to make sure everybody's aware of that. So it's not just a reminder for our kids that we already know are getting ready to gear up for school, but it's also our community that for the past 12 weeks hasn't had to deal with the traffic of the school buses and the walkers and the riders. And so we're just taking this opportunity today to not only help our kids get the materials and the resources they need, but also to remind our community as a whole to be careful August 27th when our kids venture back. Okay?
Thank you. This morning, I want to talk to you guys about our school zone initiative that we're going to be having for the first 2 weeks of school. This is our third year conducting the school zone initiative. And unfortunately, as many of you know, this year, Austin is on the cusp of having the highest pedestrian traffic fatality rate the city has ever seen. Fortunately, we have not had any serious injury or fatality crashes in any of our schools, and we want that trend to continue. Technology is at the forefront of everyone's hands, and it's an epidemic. And what we're seeing is that more people are using technology while they're driving. Distracted driving is one of the major causes of crashes in this country. And what we want people to remind people of is that you cannot utilize a cellular device in a school zone. That is a state law. That is something that we will be aggressively enforcing these first 2 weeks of school. We will be utilizing plainclothes officers in the school zones to identify people who are using their cell phones in the school zones. Distracted driving in the school zone is the one thing that is going to get one of our children hit, and we cannot have that happening. So for these first 2 weeks of school and for the whole school year, we want people to focus on what they're doing when they're going through the school zones. Look for those flashing lights. Look for those crossing guards. Obey the directions of the crossing guards. And most importantly, focus your attention on driving, put the cell phone down, and let's have a safe school year. Thank you.
We're excited to be here today. We're going to talk just for a couple of minutes about a new program that the Austin Fire Department's been working on for the last several years. It has to do with mentoring. And you may ask, why are you worrying about mentoring? We've already got a great program in place, and you're right. There's a fantastic program that's been helping students and campuses for many years now. But the current program, as it is, doesn't really facilitate participation by shift workers. We have 900 men and women who work at our 45 fire stations across town that can't currently participate in the mentoring program as it is. That's why we've seen a need to try to develop a slightly different type of program so that we can tap into this resource. And we're very close. We think that within the next month or so, we're going to be able to start training interested firefighters in how to participate in this program, and hopefully this fall have men and women in uniform serving as mentors in elementary schools here at AISD. We've been doing a test pilot of this program for the last couple of years at one of our fire stations down in the southeast portion of town, and it's been extremely successful. We've seen improvements in behavior, in attendance, and in general performance. And we're to the point now where we think we're ready to go citywide with this initiative. I'd like to say that we're going to have hundreds of firefighters working at schools across town this fall. Realistically, I know that that's probably not going to be the case, but we do hope to have energetic, excited folks in uniform working at schools across town, and over the next few years that we can grow this program to where it does have a significant effect. We're very excited about that. We take seriously our role in helping to protect the lives of the children. We're excited as well to be partners in helping to develop the children as well. Thank you. Hope everyone has a wonderful school year.
Hey, plus excited to be here today to support AISD in the Back to School Bash. Working with AISD takes us back to our roots. We were formed in 1949 by 50 teachers that met in Zilker Park, pooled their money to form what was then Austin Area Teachers Federal Credit Union. Since that time, we've grown to over 100,000 members, but we've still not forgotten our educational background and our roots and where we came from. We continue to teach financial education in schools and out of schools, at the adult level and at the kid level. We also think it's very important that kids have the tools they need to go to school. That's why we provided 2,700 backpacks for today's event. And I've been back in the backpack line, and I can tell you we started with a mountain of backpacks, and after a little over an hour, we're starting to see that mountain dwindle. And if you want an hour to go by really fast, go work back there passing out backpacks. So once again, we hope that everybody has a great school year, and thanks for letting us be a part of this event. Thank you.